The California Supreme Court will hear the fight over Riverside County Sheriff Chad Bianco's seizure of roughly 650,000 ballots from last year's special election. The justices will weigh in on two related cases this morning. One of the lawsuits was filed by State Attorney General Rob Bonta, who says Bianco disregarded his authority when he ordered the sheriff to stop his investigation into the special election. The second lawsuit was filed by the UCLA Voting Rights Project on behalf of 4 Riverside County voters, alleging Bianco had broken state election laws in pursuit of a political stunt. The case focuses on whether those seized ballots should be returned to the Riverside County Registrar of Voters. In response, Sheriff Bianco gave us this statement. It reads, quote, "We are looking forward to winning this case. We are tired of the AG, politicians, and the media making this something it isn't. This is not about an election. It is about the AG believing he has the authority to stop a lawful investigation. He does not. Regardless of media and political spin, Californians want legitimate elections, not politicians trying to prevent investigations the public demands. The only question that should be asked, but isn't, why does the AG not want this investigation to continue?" Again, that was coming directly from Sheriff Chad Bianco. Joining us this morning is Sonni Waknin. I'm sorry about that, Sonni, a senior attorney with the UCLA Voting Rights Project, one of the attorneys also in the lawsuits. Thank you for joining us on this Monday morning.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So, Sonni, what do you have to say in response, first and foremost, to Sheriff Chad Bianco's statement that we just read?
Well, I want to make very clear, I represent the 4 voters in Riverside County, and I believe Mr. Bianco's statement was about the Attorney General's case. In our case, the California legislature has established clear rules requiring elections to be administered by qualified, sworn election officials who perform their work with full public transparency. And what occurred in Riverside County, as the petitioners argue, was not following the elections code.
So specifically then, what are you asking of the California Supreme Court as this moves forward?
Well, we've asked the California Supreme Court, first and foremost, to issue an order requiring the sheriff to return the ballots for a full accounting of whatever ballot envelopes were open or the ballot boxes were open, whatever ballots were counted, and to issue a ruling that follows actually California Supreme Court precedent from the 1800s that say that no one can seize ballots outside of the custody of election officials.
Some have gone as far as saying this was a political stunt, the sheriff saying that this was something he needed to do, obviously. Tell me more about your side of that, this being an idea of a political stunt.
Well, our argument is that regardless of any political motivation, that the elections code is incredibly clear, and that only very few people are allowed to have custody of ballots, who are or allowed to count ballots, tally ballots, hold ballots. And those people are election officials. That's even in the case of a criminal prosecution. And it's important to have just a strict rule, regardless, for transparency in our elections.
This fight, obviously far from over at this point. It's been going on for quite some time. Do you think this has the legs to potentially set a new precedent for future related cases?
Well, actually, this case is following a line of precedent that the California Supreme Court has already set. In the late 1800s, there was another scenario in which a county registrar was confronted with a warrant, told to relinquish ballots, and went to jail because they refused to. And the California Supreme Court said that that registrar did what was required of them. And so we're asking the court to affirm that precedent, affirm the elections code. So yes, they definitely can have some impact, obviously.
Take us into the courtroom finally today as those justices get ready to hear it. What are you looking out for today?
Yeah, I think we're just making sure that we do a good job as the UCLA Voting Rights Project. I'm very proud to represent these voters, and I want to thank everyone I want to thank the voters that allow us to represent them.
Sonni, thank you for joining us this morning. We appreciate the insight and the time.
Great. Thank you.